Welcome to beautiful Ridgecrest Trilogy community out here in Vistancia. This is a boutique active adult community, 55 plus in Peoria, Arizona. And the area behind me is where the new clubhouse is going to be built. So today's video, I'm going to give you an update on how they're handling this with not having the clubhouse available, an update on how many homes are going to be in here, an update on the restaurant information we have. So stay tuned for today's video. We're going to give you a mini update on Ridgecrest, the boutique community by Trilogy and Shea Homes in Vistancia.
Hi, I'm Kelly Norton, your AZ Realty lady at eXp Realty. Count on me for all things Arizona real estate.
All right, welcome back. So if this is your first time to my channel, my name is Kelly Norton, and I'm a Valley native and a real estate agent of over 24 years right here in the Phoenix area. Now, today's video, we're gonna be giving you a little bit of an update, some of the pros and cons of Ridgecrest community while it's being built. Now, let me familiarize you with where the heck are we in the valley. So we're in Peoria, Arizona. This is the far northwest corner of the valley. So if you have the Phoenix area, it is about a 30 to 45-minute drive getting back over here. So I would say about a 55-minute drive to the airport, just to give you some type of gauge as far as how long it would take you if you do need to travel. So this location, very close to lakes, close to the Loop 303 freeway. You are about 6 minutes off of the Loop 303, which is a freeway that goes around that northwest portion of the valley. What's really nice about this location is it's in a master planned community called Vistancia. And then within Vistancia, there are little neighborhood clusters. Now inside here, you have Northpointe, which is one of the newer communities in the backside of Vistancia. Now this area is all nestled into the hills and the mountains, and they decided to build another 55 plus boutique community that kind of mirrors a bit of Trilogy Vistancia, which is their larger full-size active adult community here in Vistancia. This boutique community was originally said to have about 400, then they had said 418 homes, and now we're being told 421 homes is the most recent final. So this little section here, definitely nestled into the mountains, gonna have more of that boutique feel. Not gonna have the golf course in it, so if you're looking for golf, it's not gonna have it in your backyard, but you do have Trilogy at Vistancia, which is about a 7-minute drive down the road. Now, we've mentioned this in some of our other videos when we were bringing you coming soon on Ridgecrest and different information, but you will not have access to their clubhouses, the Mita and the Kiva Club over at Trilogy. You're gonna have your own clubhouse, which is being built up here on the mountain, and I think that it is going to rival that of like Victory at Verado, where they kind of cut and nestle it into the mountains. This peak behind me is going to have the pool, the fitness center, the clubhouse area, and it is said that it's going to be the highest point in Ridgecrest. So it should have a very resort style feel and have some amazing views once it's finished. Now, right now, you can see it's just kind of, they're just now starting to do some grading here. This is a con for some people that are purchasing right now. So if you purchase right now, you're not gonna have access to this clubhouse for probably a couple years. They're not gonna break ground on this until the end of this year. So it's gonna be probably close to 2 years until you have access to this. And you're starting to pay your HOA dues, but I do believe that they are taking $100 off of that right now. Now, the alternative that they are doing in the meantime is definitely a pro. They're trying to make it so there's something for the residents to use. And that is that they're taking one of their Costa floor plans and they're turning that into kind of a residence center. So this Costa model amenity house is what they are calling it, is going to have an air-conditioned garage area where they are gonna put some fitness equipment, and they are gonna have this house kind of converted into an amenity center. That's why they're calling it an amenity house. So they will have this for the residents to use as they are building up this community center here. So your HOA here, $452, but if you are one of the residents that don't have full access to this clubhouse while your home's, while this is being built and your home is now finished, then you would have $352 for your HOA dues instead, just until the clubhouse is finished. Now, I do want to share with you another thing here, and we're going to show you where they're building that Costa here in just a moment. And we'll also take some drone footage of this and kind of show you the space up here on the hill. So we'll show you some of that here in just a moment. But one of the other things that I want to share with you, and I'm sorry it's a little breezy out here. Seems like every day I want to film it's breezy and windy, but or we have tractors, and we just had a big tractor go by with a whole roof frame going by us. So anyway, one of the things that I want to bring to your attention out here is that you do have a part of that $452 that goes towards Northpointe. So I believe it's $72 or $75 of your $452 is part of paying to be in Northpointe. Now, one thing I want to make sure is very clear, because it wasn't clear at first when they were building and we didn't have the answers for it, but now we do. The clubhouse, the pools, the amenities at Northpointe are not a part of the HOA dues that you pay. This is a con for some people. They thought that they would have access to the Northpointe since part of their HOA is going towards that. So you kind of have to picture it as you're paying to be in this area and the beautification of that area. So the grounds, the sidewalks, you're welcome to walk around the sidewalks and do that, but you do not have access to their pool areas and their amenity center. So that is one thing just to be aware of. But you are gonna have a beautiful active adult 55 plus here within the community. Now I'm not aware yet if they're going to have children hours at this pool or if it's gonna be exclusively adult only, 18 and over. We aren't sure of that, but again, we'll constantly bring you the updates as we get those. Now, restaurant-wise, let's talk about the restaurant. So with only 421 residents here that's gonna be in this community, the restaurant, they're talking about potentially having that be open to the public, kind of on a, if you're in the know, you know that it's open, but they're not gonna advertise. East Tap Room, which is the open to the public restaurant, here comes a tractor as I'm speaking, so you may hear that in the video. But over at V's Tap Room at the full-size Trilogy community, they actually advertise that restaurant. So they're bringing more attention to it. This community over here is actually going to not have access to as many residents, and they don't plan to advertise. We're gonna cut for 1 second because the tractor is coming over here and dropping off a big, well, maybe now he's turned. Okay, well, we'll just let him do his thing. But I wanted to make sure that you are aware it's probably gonna be open to the public. I personally don't see how 421 residents can, keep a restaurant like that busy enough to where it's not gonna have a huge assessment with it. So to me, it makes sense that they would be talking about having it be open to the public. So what I have behind me here is that little amenity house on that Costa floor plan. So the model homes are just a few houses over. And so this is where this temporary amenity center is going to be. And then I'm sure after the clubhouse is ready, they'll probably convert that into a home. Now they have a model of the Costa, which is a beautiful house. We do have some video of that, so definitely check out that floor plan. What I love about it is it has this little kind of pool house, speakeasy type room where you can access the outside, but also access the inside of the home. And it has windows and glass sliders all around it. They've kind of set it up as a speakeasy. So there's like some lounging chairs, there's a bar in there, and it's really a beautiful floor plan. So let's talk about some of the price points out here. So that might be a con for some because you're not going to be able to get in that 400 to 500 range out here in Ridgecrest. So let's talk about first the lot premiums. So lot premiums out here currently right now are ranging from $5,000 to about $150,000. So it's going to depend on the size of the lot. It's also going to depend on the view, what it has behind it, and whether it's a corner, has common area next to it. So all of those things are contributing factors. Now they did have a lot out here that I believe went somewhere in the 200 to 250 that had some common area next to it and gorgeous mountain and hills behind it. So right now the ones left are in that 5,000 to 150 range that they have available to sell. So you add that to your price. So I've talked about this in a few of my videos, but you have a base price. So the base price of the home is with their included features. And then you add your upgrades to it. Then you add your lot premium on top of that. So their prices out here for their smaller lots and smaller plans are going to put you in that base price 500 range. So low to mid 500s, very least expensive that you can get, base price. Now then you add upgrades. So let's say you add 15 to 20% in upgrades. Now you're going to be closer to that 600 range. So 6 to mid 6s. Once you have a lot on it, if you get a really nice lot, you'll be at 700 for that least expensive home. So I would say plan on being in at least the 600 range for the homes out here. And their largest plan base price is in that 800 to 850 range. So it's in the 800s. And then you would add from there. So you'd be probably with a nice lot, you're going to be over $1 million. So you are going to have, you know, some more expensive homes here. So if you're trying to be in that 400 to 500 range, this is not the right community for you. Maybe try Cantamia, Asante Heritage, or Sun City Festival. And of course, I'm happy to help you with that. So make sure that you reach out. Call or text is the best way to reach me. So if this is your first time seeing a video on Ridgecrest, I want to just give you an idea how far shopping is from here. So in your community, the master plan community of Vistancia, you do have a Fry's and a Safeway. So Fry's is right off of Lone Mountain, and then you have the Safeway, which is over a little bit further to the south in the community, just like another 1.5 miles down. So there's 2 grocery stores within the community. There are fast food places. Inside the community, you also have the Cross-Side Cricket, there's a pizza place, you have V's Tap Room over at Trilogy Vistancia, so there are some places to eat. There's definitely grocery shopping, but if you want a more elaborate, sorry, hopefully the wind isn't messing up the audio here, but if you want a more elaborate shopping center, it's going to be about 15 to 16 minutes away, maybe 18. This is going to be the Four Corners area, Lake Pleasant and Happy Valley. And this is where you are going to find a lot more options of dining. There's a Target there, you have your Home Depot, your Lowe's, so a big shopping area on all 4 corners of that intersection, which is why they call it Four Corners. Now, if you want a Costco, you're going to be up by P83, which is the Arrowhead area up near Bell and 83rd Avenue. There's a Costco there. Also, if you just stay right on the 303, the Shops at Prasada, there's a Costco over in that area at the Waddell Cactus location off of the 303. So want to make sure that you're aware of that. If it's your first video watching Ridgecrest, you may hear the Luke Air Force jets. They do fly over this area. That's something to be aware of. You also have the Amcor facility that's going in over in between those 2 in between those 2 grocery stores on the far east side of the community Vistancia. So another thing to make sure that you are aware of. And guys, if you need to be pointed in the direction of where to get information about this that isn't maybe influenced one way or the other, let me know. Feel free to reach out. And remember, if you want to look at any of these model homes here, make sure that you reach out to us, because your agent does need to be with you on your first visit in. So we can go ahead and take you in here, show you the models. The agents inside here represent the builder. and they will pay our compensation if we are there with you on your first visit. We have a lot of people that call us up and say, hey, we want you to work with us, but we already went into models. Then they're not going to pay the compensation, and that gets a little difficult to try and prove to them that you went in there because of your agent, that we were the procuring cause of you going into that community. So feel free to reach out. Happy to help you. We do help people that relocate to or within the Phoenix and surrounding areas. I am an associate broker here at eXp Realty, and I own the Arizona Living Group. And we really focus on helping people relocate here, even if they are moving from one area of the valley, selling a home, buying a home, or out of state, moving in. We will be happy to help you guys. So again, I'm Kelly Norton. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel and click that little bell. And we would be happy to have a discovery call with you. Feel free to call or text or go on the website, ArizonaLivingGroup.com. Until next time, guys, thanks so much.